So we're about to make a Vietnamese pho noodles using our noodles and our broths that we make in our kitchen. This is really a simple dish to make. It can be as quick as 5 minutes. All you need to do is, heat some water, heat the broth, cook the noodles, put the broth, and you're done. Or I like to jazz it up a little bit more. I like to add some veggies and some meat to it so that it becomes more of a complete meal. And this is really very convenient for me, especially with a very busy lifestyle that I have with a new baby who is less than a year old. And before that, when I was fencing competitively, I would come home from training at about 9 to 10 o'clock at night, and that's when I just want a quick meal that I can put together in 10 minutes that has the carbohydrates to help me replenish and recover, but also have enough protein in it. So what I would do when I first get started is I would actually get the pot of water boiling straight away. Put the broth in the pot, get that started, and then while that is going on, I would take the vegetables, wash them. It could be bok choy, which is what I have today. I also like to add a little bit of jalapeno because it's spicy, and I love that spicy kick coming from my Singaporean heritage. A little cilantro to give it some freshness. Some green onions would be good as well, and also Thai basil because it's just so fragrant. So it's just while the water is boiling, just wash all these vegetables, pluck the leaves, get them ready. I also like to add bok choy because I think it adds some fiber to the noodles, even though it's not very traditional. And I tend not to be a traditionalist, so I like to be inspired by my heritage and traditional cuisines, and then just put my own twist to it. So because of that, you'll also be seeing some snow peas, which I just like to slice thinly and add it on top for a little bit of crunch and a little bit of fiber. So once the water has come to a boil, you just want to add the noodles in there. You just want to slide it in on the side slowly so that it doesn't splash back. I tend to add a little bit of olive oil as well into the water, which is not a traditional thing. It's much more like a pasta cooking thing. What the olive oil does is it helps the noodles stay separate so they don't clump together. And really the noodles will cook for just 30 seconds to a minute and they're done. The noodles are already cooked anyway, so you're really just rehydrating them and separating them gently. And then once the noodles, have separated, they're good. You can try a little bit if you want to. Just strain them. You could also run it under a little bit of cold water, kind of to keep it, to stop it from overcooking. Once you're done, the way I've done it today is to cook it separately. So I'm putting the noodles in a bowl and I'm just topping it with a little bit of everything, all the different ingredients I've prepared. And then I'm putting the beef not into the broth, but into the noodle bowl because I like my beef medium rare. So, by adding the hot broth on top of the beef, that would just cook the beef and make sure that, everything is fine. And the main thing to note about making this is that you can be creative. You can do whatever you want. You can add different ingredients, whatever that's in your fridge. You can play around with salmon. I think one day we did grilled duck breast. You could add sliced pork tenderloin. The main thing is just to be creative, and that's what I love about our food. It's really just kind of a foundation for you to get creative in an easy way and still make it really convenient to have a quick meal at home.